What is going on YouTube? UFC 319 is this Saturday. Everybody's been waiting for it. Today I'm gonna be giving y'all my predictions, my breakdown for each fight on the card. We're gonna start with the early prelims, move all the way up to the highly anticipated main event. Sorry for the new, my basement flooded. That's where I normally record, and it's getting unflooded right now, or it's getting fixed right now. So I'm in the spare room for right now. That's why I haven't been uploading for the past couple days. But starting with Karine Silva versus Dione Barbosa, I'm going with Karine Silva. Boring shit, 29-28 decision. I'm not going to get too much into this. Brian Battle versus Nursultan Ruzaboev. I've got Nursultan Ruzaboev. Brian Battle, he really presents his... he really dominates physically, I think, at welterweight. I think if he just was more disciplined in his life, he could make welterweight with ease. We see how shit his body looks around fight time, so he should be fighting at welterweight. Middleweights, now I don't think middleweight's for him. He loses all physical stats at middleweight. And Ruzaboev stands really tall. He's kind of physically imposing, especially at middleweight for somebody like Brian Battle, who's not the biggest for middleweight. I think Ruzaboev will... First of all, I think Brian Battle's only path to victory is a boring clinch fest. Brian Battle's shit. He has no stand-up. He has no takedown ability. He has no nothing but hold you against the cage, knee you in your body, uppercuts in the clinch, just dirty box you up against the cage. That's his only path to victory. And I can see him having some success with that against Nursultan Ruzaboev. I really can. Ruzaboev likes to let people come to him sometimes. It feels like when they present that type of threat. But I do see Ruzaboev catching Brian Battle coming forward, with a right straight, and then he's backed him up a little bit, and he'll hit him with an uppercut, kind of like he did Cedric Dumas. I think that was a year or two ago. I could see that being the finish in the first round, where Brian Battle is trying to initiate the clinch, and Ruzaboev's footwork and veering out to the right, veering out to the left, and then he catches him when he's coming in, and then he finishes him off against the cage. That's what I think will happen. First round TKO for Ruzaboev. Did I mention I might go to this card? We'll see. I'm only 2 hours away from Chicago, so we'll see how that all plays out. But moving on, though, Edson Barbosa taking on Drakkar Klose. As you can see, I had this tab up already. I completely fucking forgot who Drakkar Klose was. But then I remembered the Beneil Dariush fight. So I'm taking Edson Barbosa to beat Drakkar Klose. I think he'll beat just fucking eating up Klose's body, eating up his legs, and then that'll open up eventually for the hooks to come in. We know Barbosa likes to throw those hooks, body hooks, hooks upstairs. I could see that being a finish against the cage. But in all reality, do I think Barbosa was better than that version of Beneil Dariush that fought Drakkar Klose when they went to that crazy, oh, I knock you down, oh, you knock me down situation? I don't know. Not this version of Barbosa. He's not better than Dariush. And Drakkar Klose is, he's getting older. He lost to Joe Alvarez in his last fight. But I've got Edson Barbosa. I don't think this is going to go to a finish, though. I think this will be a coast 29-28 decision masterclass for Barbosa. Maybe 30-27 on one judge's scorecard. Moving on, though. Chase Hooper versus Alex Hernandez. I'm tired of seeing Chase Hooper fight these type of fighters. I think they could have matched him up with Carlos Diego Ferreira, who's also on this card, and put Bobby Green against Michael Johnson. But anyway, I've got Chase Hooper, obviously. I don't think Hernandez can stop the... I don't think Hernandez is good enough in the scrambles and in the... he's not physically imposing, so I don't think and he has no, one-punch knockout power. He's all fucking... He's Canadian, isn't he? Oh, no, he's not. I'm thinking about what's his name at 170. But Alex Hernandez, his days are past him. I think Chase Hooper will just grapple him to death. And I can see him getting a rear naked choke in round one. Alex Hernandez is shit. He hasn't been shit since before he lost to Cowboy. That was however many years, 6 years ago, I think. 5-6 years ago. Moving on, though. I don't want to... Jessica Andrade taking on Lupe Godinez. Man, I'm not liking this undercard. I got Lupe Godinez. Jessica Andrade has converted to... I feel like in her prime, Jessica Andrade was a higher output fighter than she is now. She seems to be throwing one strike every minute and a half is what seems to be Jessica Andrade's plan. I don't know what her problem is. Well, she's old and she's washed, but I think Lupe Godinez is just going to be her 30-27 across the scorecards. I mean, come on, bro. Who cares at the end of the day? But I think Lupe Godinez will just be throwing sloppy 1-2s out of range. Jessica Andrade is going to be loading up overhands the entire fight, not hitting any of them. And that's going to be the whole fight. I don't know if anyone cares about this fight. So, I don't. So, moving on, though. My brother, Gerald Meerschaert versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I'm going with Oleksiejczuk. I think he's been training, he's fighting nerds. He's been training with higher level fighters now. I think his stand-up is just better than Meerschaert's. Meerschaert's only chance is to stretch this fight out and try to lay on Oleksiejczuk, but I think Mikhail will put hands on him. He'll leg kick him. He'll be dancing outside him. I think he'll put hands on him in the first round and get a first round early TKO. I'm talking like first 3.5 minutes of the fight, TKO. Moving on, though. This is quick because I have shit to do. Last fight on the prelims. Bobby Green, not calling him king. Bobby Green versus Carlos Diego Ferreira. Going Carlos Diego Ferreira. I think he's way too crafty on the outside for Bobby Green. I think he'll be touching Bobby Green up, who fights with his hands at his kneecaps like he's, I don't know, Yuri Prochazka mixed with Alex Pereira. I think Bobby Green's susceptible to getting hit, especially when you make it a technical fight like Carlos definitely is. And I think Ferreira has a better chance of taking this to the ground and getting it there if he's getting too manhandled. Bobby Green's days are past him. What was his last win? Jim Miller at UFC 300. I don't know the path to victory here. He doesn't have one-punch knockout power anymore, so I don't know how he hurts Diego Ferreira, who likes to stay relatively unscathed when he's like, he's not gonna be all in Bobby Green's face trying to fucking, doing a man dance, as Sean Strickland would say, in his face. But I'm going with Carlos Diego Ferreira. Let's move on to what really fucking matters. Okay, hold on just a second. Kai Asakura taking on Tim Elliott to open up the main card. Here we go. Tim Elliott making his return after damn near 2 years. I'm going to go Kai Asakura, though. I think Tim Elliott's days of grappling and all of that are past him. He has, I give him no chance on the feet. No chance at all. I'm not saying Kai Asakura is fucking Figgy or something, but I just give him no chance on the feet. Kai is too dynamic. He can He can throw a flying knee out of nowhere. He can knock you out with one punch. He's got decent low kicks. I think Kai's gonna. I think this fight's gonna go out. It's gonna start out on the feet. Kai's gonna be winning, and then all of a sudden Tim Elliott's gonna take him down, and he's gonna be like, "Whoa, shit! Tim Elliott's back," or Kai Asakura, shit. That's gonna be the dialogue, and it's gonna be Tim Elliott winning the first round, and it's kind of like, "Oh, okay, Kai Asakura was not built for this," and I think Kai's gonna come out in the second round and land some knees to the body, and then land a cool 1-2 on Tim Elliott and knock him out and retire him. Moving on though. The matchup that I've been waiting to talk about, this is the start of the card right here. This is the start of the card. The next 4 fights are fucking money, okay? Jared Cannonier taking on Michael Venom Page at middleweight. Very interesting matchup. Both guys don't really, especially we know how MVP fights bounces on the outside. You know, darts in with the blitzes. Jared Cannonier though. And also, I just watched the interview with MVP. I agree with him. Against fighters who like to bounce on the outside and like blitz in, like when he fought Robert Whittaker, Jared Cannonier's game plan tends to be to chop low kicks. And when he was doing that, Robert Whittaker was punishing him with straight shots every time. And Jared Cannonier does not have the best low kicks. He's not the rangiest, so he can't just throw low kicks out there like Izzy. Or Alex Pereira, or someone like that. He doesn't have like the snap low kick like how certain people have. I think he will try to chop low on MVP though, because I do think Jared Cannonier will be the advancing fighter. Now, I don't think Jared Cannonier does as well advancing as he does counter striking anymore. Current day, the last 3 fights that I've seen from Jared Cannonier, he's been looking bad because he fought Gregory Rodriguez, Kyle Barajo, and Nasruddin Imavov, I believe. In all 3 of those fights, even though he beat Gregory Rodriguez, he was on the back foot and he was doing decent enough on the back foot. But when he went on the front foot, it just he doesn't have the same. It's not the same, especially with somebody against somebody like MVP, who's frankly one of the best stand-up artists in the game. Creates those angles. He's got power. He can throw wild, unorthodox shit. He'll fucking run at you and throw a flying knee. He'll run at you and hit you with a big overhand right. And he'll also slow the pace down over the course of the 15 minutes. I can see this being a very low output fight, but very ooh-ah moments. I think when Jared Cannonier wants to, I think he'll result to takedowns, or not really takedowns because he doesn't shoot takedowns. I think he'll result to pushing MVP up against the cage, or trying to, and initiating that clinch. And MVP does well in the clinch. He's taller, he's 6'3", Jared Cannonier is 5'11". He'll be able to get the knees, because Cannonier's not taking him down. That's not his game. So I think MVP will do well with the knees in the clinch, with head positioning. He'll get some separation. I think MVP will win this fight at a 3rd round TKO. I just don't think Jared Cannonier does well advancing, and when he does try to chop low while he's advancing, he always tends to get caught. Now, the power difference is a thing for sure, but MVP still has power. That's the problem. MVP has had the craziest run in the UFC so far, but he's game. He's still good, as we know. People don't want to stand up with him, and when they do, they tend to lose. Everyone's lost the stand-up fight against him so far. So I'm taking MVP by 3rd round TKO. I think he'll drop Jared Cannonier. I think he'll bust him up in the 1st round. 2nd round, Jared's going to be pushing him up against the cage, and I still think it'll be an MVP round based off damage, but Jared Cannonier will start initiating that clinch, start trying to chop low. I think he'll start chopping out low in the 1st round when he has MVP on the back foot. But I think MVP will catch him with a heavy 2 and sit him down and then let him back up. And I think he'll finish him with some spectacular shit, and we'll finally get the MVP that we're all looking forward to. I do think this will be Jared Cannonier's last fight. He's like 41, 42. And he's aged for sure. Like Gregory Rodriguez, great win, but he doesn't look like the same fighter anymore. So I got MVP. Moving on though to this is the feature fight? Yeah, the feature fight of the card. Jeff Hands of Steel Neal versus Carlos Prates. I'm going with Carlos Prates. He really, really disappointed me in his last fight. His fight IQ is not good. He's not have good fight IQ. But does he need the fight IQ here though? That's the question. I don't think so. I don't think he needs to worry about being taken down in this fight whatsoever. Jeff Neal doesn't take anyone down. He's always game to box. I think Carlos Prates will be trying to I think he'll be eating his legs up or try to eat his legs up, and then Jeff Neal will be trying to enclose that space. Or no. This fight is ending in the first round. I think there'll be that car crash with a minute and a half like going off the clock. And we'll both see some have success, but I think Carlos Prates will end up getting a KO. Jeff Neal likes to get into car crashes sometimes when he doesn't need to, besides when he fought Ian Gary. Actually, even when he fought Ian Gary, Jeff Neal was trying to initiate, but Ian Gary was just running. I think Carlos Prates will meet him there, but I think Carlos Prates is so much longer and he's got more power. I do think he has more power. And I think he's more dynamic. He can get hit, and we've seen a chin on him. So that's that. But I think he'll sit Jeff Neal down, and I think he'll show better fight IQ. You can only think a fighter after having a performance that he did in his last fight will do better and will gain fight IQ, especially when they have coaches and shit. So I think he'll make a good adjustment this fight. Even though he won't have to worry about the takedowns, I'm talking from an IQ standpoint, and I think he'll sit down Jeff Neal. Moving on, though, to the co-main event, Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. I don't know. Listen, man, I don't know why Aaron Pico is a favorite over Lerone Murphy. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if this round... How many rounds is this? Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. How many rounds? Whoops. How many rounds, motherfucker? Whatever. It doesn't matter how many rounds this is. It truly does not. Lerone Murphy, we know who Aaron Pico is. If you're a fight fan, you know who Aaron Pico is. He's got heavy hands. He likes to get in a boxing range. He likes to throw those hooks. He's powerful and he can wrestle. Lerone Murphy, and if you are picking Lerone Murphy, or if you're picking Aaron Pico, you're picking him because you saw Lerone Murphy get sat down by Dan Ige, and you're thinking, well, I think Aaron Pico is better than Dan Ige, and he's got better pocket boxing, and he'll sit Lerone Murphy down and knock him out. Let me tell you something. If you think this fight, which I'm assuming is 3 rounds, it's on 3 weeks' notice, so it should be 3 rounds. And I don't want to watch this fight for 5 rounds anyway. If you think Lerone Murphy is going to get into pocket boxing range with Aaron Pico for an extended period of time, numerous amounts of time, you may as well just not even watch this card. Lerone Murphy is going to pick Aaron Pico apart from the outside. He's going to leg kick him. He's going to be jabbing him. He's barely going to let that right hand go. He's going to be trying to target the body. He's going to be point fighting him the entire fucking fight. If Aaron Pico gets too close, Lerone Murphy is grabbing him. Now, do I think Aaron Pico might have the advantage in the wrestling? Sure. Do I think he's a stronger wrestler? Yes. Do I think he'll be able to get dominant position or pass guard or, dominate Lerone Murphy on the ground? No. I think if they get to a clinch, Lerone Murphy will be using the clinch to bang at the body some, get off little popping shots, to then get back out at range where he belongs, where he will be better than Aaron Pico at. And I think that would be the story of the fight, 29-28 decision. I'm not even. I've been seeing this on Twitter like this. Oh, if you pick Bellator guys, you're dumb. It's not even that. I've seen Aaron Pico fight. He needs to get here to be as successful as he would like to be, or as he is ever going to be. He needs to be here. Lerone Murphy is going to be here. He likes to be here. He will forever be here. No one at featherweight outside of maybe Gene Silva is going to make Lerone Murphy get this close. No one. Lerone Murphy's going to win a 29-28 boring shithole decision like he always does. And then he's going to be tweeting like, oh, so-and-so's doing this. Are they boring too? I've seen this story a million times before. And not even that. I just think he's better than Aaron Pico. I think he's got better distance management. He's got better IQ. He's got better stamina. He's got better kicks. Lerone Murphy will just be point fighting at range, not getting hit by. And he's got he can withstand a shot or two from Aaron Pico. I truly believe. But moving on to the main event, the moment everybody's been waiting for. Dricus du Plessis, the champ, versus Khamzat Chimaev. Huge fight. I'm sorry, I can't pick against DDP. I can't. Let me give you my argument from both sides, okay? When I close my eyes and I truly think about this last Robert Whittaker fight versus Khamzat Chimaev, I do not think Robert Whittaker gets choked out in that first round if his jaw does not snap in half or get pushed back. I do not. Does he beat Robert Whittaker? Khamzat? He maybe still does, but I don't believe that. Now, flashing back further to the Kamaru Usman fight where Khamzat spent the entire round on Usman's back in that first round. Scratch that. Let me not even say that. Khamzat Chimaev's only, and everyone knows this, his only chance to win this fight is in round 1 or round 2. Round 1 is 95% of this fight takes place in round 1 for Khamzat. He has to come out. Same Khamzat. I don't think he should try to limit his output and what he does to try to withstand each round. I think he has to come out guns blazing, trying to take DDP down. I think he will take DDP down. But DDP does not let himself get dominated on the ground. And I think he's prepared for that as well. From the way he talks and from what we've seen, when he gets taken down, he's working his way back up. I think Khamzat will take him down he'll shoot a double leg, get it. He'll be picking his feet. He'll have the Dagestani fucking wrist lock. He'll be trying to, get his feet together, bind his feet together, try to beat him up, try to pass guard, try to submit him. I think DDP will get back to his feet, and I think DDP is better everywhere on the feet than Khamzat, from power to leg kicks to being dynamic, being weird, everything. I think he will withstand the initial fury of Khamzat. We've seen it before. We've seen people been able to withstand it. We've seen one person. We've seen Usman been able to withstand it on short notice, and that's the fight that everyone goes to, right? Because we saw that. We thought that Usman won. Majority of sane people thought Usman won that fight. And I think Khamzat's leg kick defense is not good. DDP will be eating that leg up if this goes in round 2, 3, 4, 5. I think when Khamzat's, he does that, he's trying to walk you down and be all active in your face. I think DDP will be blitzing across. Once Hamzat's breathing a little hard, he might even go for a takedown on his own. I think DDP wins this third round TKO. I really do. And only because I think he withstands the early fury. And that's the only reason you're picking Hamzat to win. If you're picking Hamzat to win, you think he's winning in round one. If you don't think he's winning in round one, you don't think he's winning the fight. I think DDP's takedown defense or submission defense is really good. He's strong. He won't be able to be dominated like everyone else has been dominated by Hamzat. And when he does get taken down, he's going to be able to stand back up. If he gets down again, he gets taken down again, he's going to be able to stand back up or regard. Not regard. I think he'll be working to stand back up. And I don't think he's scared to get taken down. Everybody else that fights Hamzat is scared to get taken down. They're trying to stop that. I think he knows he will get taken down. That's what you have to do. I think you have to know, okay, I'm going to get taken down, but what am I going to do? What am I going to do to get back up? What am I going to do to counter this? I think DDP has that. So I'm taking Dricus du Plessis to beat Hamzat Chimaev, third rounds TKO. And he'll be ranked above Izzy all time for sure. Sean Strickland, Robert Whitaker, Sean Strickland, Izzy himself, Sean Strickland, and then Hamzat. He'll be better than Izzy all time. And then he'll have Nasruddin Imavov or Caio Barajo waiting for him after. Thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, more videos are going to be coming soon. I got MMA episode 2 dropping Thursday, or 3 dropping Thursday. As you know, we drop that every Thursday. A lot to talk about in that video. I got my MMA striking goats, my top 15 tier list coming soon. I might do grapplers. I don't know. I'm more keen with I might do grapplers one of these days, but a lot more content coming soon as soon as my basement gets fixed, man. Y'all have a good night. Peace.